Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Right Side Pride. We're trying something new today. We're actually broadcasting on Facebook Live for all our zero viewers to watch. Um, may, maybe we'll get that up to one or two at some point, and if
Lost
we get
Souls.
one, and then after that we get two, we've increased it 100%, 200%. So let's look at it at a
Absolutely.
percentage. Let's not look
It's
at
all about
that
the
number. Let's look at a
numbers.
percentage. Yeah. No real numbers. Let's just do fuzzy math stuff. Um, Busy couple of days around the world.
Are you
Um,
going to introduce us?
oh, sorry, I'm so excited about talking about what's going on around the world. As you know, this is our lovely co-host from here on Right Side Pride, Angela Tapia.
Hi.
She is coming to us live from the West Side, right?
In the backup studio.
I'm Hector. Obviously, yeah, if you've been around, y'all have seen both of us. Probably tired of us, but we're sticking around a little longer. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on and spending a little bit of your day with us. Greatly appreciated. We're gonna just hop right into it. Like I said, there's a lot that's been going on around the world. Um, Want to bring up a video and get some feedback from Angela. Also, if you are joining us on Facebook Live, if you have a question, if you have a concern, complaints, keep it to yourself. But anything
Please
else,
do.
pop it in the comment section. And Juan says, "Can't hear Angela speaking because I don't let her talk." Um, and she's being a fool. But if you are on there, leave a comment. Anything you want to hear us talk about, any comments that you want us to, like I said, chat about, or don't want us to talk about, or if you just want us to shut up, tell us. We probably won't listen, but we'll definitely appreciate the comments. Without further ado, we will
Yes, that's
bring
enough
this
ado.
up.
That's
We will
enough ado. Let's just get going.
bring this video up, and this happened this morning. It's from the BBC, and it's not what you think it is in the gay world. It is actually a broadcast network. It's not another thing.
Oh, I see what you did there.
The truce between
All
Israel
right,
and Iran appears to be holding for now, hours after President
here
Trump
we go.
accused both sides of violating the fragile ceasefire that he announced overnight. As he set off for the NATO summit this morning, the president swore in front of reporters as his frustration, particularly at Israel, boiled over. You'll hear in full what he had to say in a moment. Tonight, Donald Trump has been warmly welcomed in The Hague, where NATO leaders have sat down to dinner at the start of the two-day summit on defence. It comes, though, as questions are now being raised in the United States about just how successful the American airstrikes were on Iran's nuclear facilities.
I have a question just about this photo here and your thoughts on this, and just the kind of the visit in general. Does it bug you at all that Melania never travels with him?
No, not at all.
Um,
She's
do,
not a
do,
politician.
I get it, but as far as like showing some, I mean, you just
No, it
you
doesn't bother me
just
at all. I don't blame her. Honestly, I would not want to be in politics, stay out of the limelight, even though we're here, and being the number one rated podcast, rising podcast in the land. I still don't see what I don't want to be out in public like that. No, I don't see anything wrong with it.
um okay, yeah, no, I just all these other politicians you see that they have their their spouses with them, and
How
um
tall is Donald Trump? Isn't he like 6 foot?
6'3", I think he's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there.
Oh, but they're on
Um,
steps.
yeah.
I was gonna say they usually put the tall people in the back.
Well, he's not going in the back.
Hey, he's not going in the back. They'll push Queen Elizabeth out of the way to get in front.
In her grave.
Yeah.
Casket and all. Get out of my way, lady. I don't care that this is your funeral. I'm going in front. Um, we have a comment on that question about the president and the first lady traveling together, and he says he doesn't need a babysitter like Jill was to Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue this video and
Here's our North America editor, Sarah Smith.
from our North America
Israel launched
editor.
a barrage
Okay.
of airstrikes on Tehran as the ceasefire deadline approached, also striking Iranian missile launchers in a last-minute all-out assault. Donald Trump was furious with both Iran and particularly Israel for not respecting the deal.
I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps...
We often see President Trump exasperated, but never actually swearing like this.
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you understand that?
I understood everything perfectly what he said. He said in English, loud and clear. I hope everybody else did as well.
I think he was upset, obviously, at I think more at Israel than Iran. I think that given the respect between him and Netanyahu, I think he felt like he was disrespected by Israel going out and doing that.
Well, and I agree. I think so we know he has a big ego, which I have no problem with. I was just arguing with somebody about that. He's a narcissist. So what? He's a great leader. I think, so he wrote a book called The Art of the Deal. Mm-hmm. He knows everything about making deals, and he had a deal. And then Netanyahu screwed the pooch. He screwed that thing up. That's why he's mad. I mean, I guarantee his ego's in there, but he's trying to stop the killing. And here, Netanyahu and whatever Ayatollah's in charge of Iran right now,
Khamenei, I think, something like that. I think the funny part about this is I've had more than one person, and a lot of people on X today were more focused on Trump dropping the F-bomb than they were on the ceasefire or lack of ceasefire.
Right.
And that tells you all you need to know about a lot of people, that's their biggest issue is the
not that
Trump
he was
cuss.
trying to not that he was trying to stop the killing, or that he told Israel to not drop bombs. I mean, they were caught in the liberals, the Democrats, the socialists, the communists, whatever you want to refer to them as now, they were caught between a rock and a hard spot. What do we do? He started a war. Oh my gosh, he's evil. Oh my gosh, he's trying to stop a war. What do we do? Oh, well, he swore. Let's focus on that.
Well, the funny part about this is, a lot of them on the left a lot of them on the left are not necessarily pro-Israel. So when Trump comes out and says, I'm upset at Israel, I'm upset at Iran, but I'm more upset at Israel for XYZ, how do they respond to that? What?
I don't know. I honestly don't know I don't know. What can they say? I mean, honestly, Israel's trying to defend themselves. I get that, but how do they defend what they just did?
Well, I mean, from a liberal standpoint, or from a disagreeing standpoint of, everybody disagrees with Trump. Everybody who does disagree with Trump, how do they come out and disagree with what Trump said now? Like, I'm upset at Israel.
So so what you're asking, let me get this straight. What you're asking is the liberals, the socialists, the communists, the Democrats.
Not just
How do they think about this? No, they
not just
don't.
them though. Not just them though, because there's been plenty of Republicans who have come out and said the same stuff. You know, they've been, oh, Trump's
But
causing a war. Trump, no, they have.
but what I'm
What's his
saying
name?
is
Massey or Massel or whatever
there's
is one of
no
the prime ones.
right. There's no logic. There's no common sense to it. It's just Orange Man bad. Trump's done something. Let's say he's bad for it. Trump
Right.
learned how to, or told everyone how to cure cancer. Told everyone not to drink piss from a water bottle. He's evil. He hates water bottles.
But that's kind of my, I mean, my main question is how can they speak out against Trump saying he's upset at Israel? There's no real argument for them to have other than are they going to be anti-Trump or are they going to be anti-Israel? But they can't be both, because Trump is upset at Israel. He's not, obviously
They'll
he's
find a
not.
way.
Oh, of course, and
They'll find a way.
he's not going to be, that'll smooth over. He's going to be fine with Israel. They'll calm the waters. This is, I think, a hiccup in the relationship.
Agreed.
But at the same time, at this moment, how do all of those anti-Trumpers see the situation? Are they like, oh shoot, I got to be pro-Israel, so I'm anti-Trump? Or that's a nice top of your head there.
I've heard that before. Oops, did I say that? No one can hear me evidently, so it doesn't matter.
No, I think he can hear, or well, our one listener can hear. But yeah, they're like you said, they're between a rock and a hard place right now. And do they go pro-Israel? Do they go anti-Trump? Do they, they're they're running around chasing their tails. And the fact that their biggest concern was Trump dropped an F-bomb, that's concerning.
Yeah, well, if that's the most important thing to them, I mean, we already know that it's childish. That Trump derangement syndrome is childish. It doesn't matter what he does, what he says, what he accomplishes, what he doesn't accomplish. Orange Man bad. So it doesn't matter. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just I'm setting up the second part of this video that I want us to.
Okay, what do you think about that? How would you answer that question?
What was the question?
Okay.
I forgot.
Everybody hates Trump. Doesn't matter what
Uh-huh.
he does. How would someone who has Trump derangement syndrome, how do they react to Israel dropping bombs and Trump telling them to not drop bombs?
I think it's they're just gonna hate both of them.
Well, there's always
Israel
that option.
Israel starting the war, and Trump is just trying to save face. Trump is just trying to make Trump look good because they defied him. And so Trump is saying bad Israel because he doesn't mean it. He's just saying bad Israel because he wants to still be the one who's in charge, the narcissist, the fascist, the ist and phobe, and all that stuff. So because he wants to be the king, he's telling them they have to, they're bad. Both sides are bad. Y'all are all
Right.
bad. Trump good.
Right.
And so that's their out for this. Is Trump is just doing it to save face for himself because they defied him.
I'm trying to keep up with some answers here. Let's see. Juan said he doesn't need a babysitter. Jill had Joe. Ken Jones, she's doing her own work all over the place by the sound of things. Corporal Vance is a bad influence. I was telling him, I was talking with him earlier about that. I told him, I want to see Trump come out with a knife hand. You know what that is, right? Marines do it like this. I think JD Vance should teach him that.
I want to hear a little bit more, your opinion on a little bit more of this this video.
The truce between
I
Israel
gotta
and
find it
Iran
here.
appears to be holding for now.
An achievement in the Middle East. It's being reported here in America tonight that those American airstrikes on Iran might not have done as much damage to their nuclear facilities as Donald Trump claimed when he said they had been completely obliterated. An early Defense Department assessment that's been leaked says that the core components of Iran's nuclear program may not have been destroyed, that the country might only have been set back a few months, and that much of their enriched uranium stockpiles could have been moved to secret sites before the attack. Now, the White House are very angry about that. They've pushed back, saying this is flat wrong. The press secretary said everyone knows what happens when you drop 14 30,000-pound bombs perfectly on their target. Total obliteration, she said. But they're not saying the Defense Department assessment is untrue.
So there's already leaks from the Defense Department. Given everything that has happened with Signalgate, all that stuff, thoughts on that? I mean, you're going to have leaks, but what are your thoughts on them coming out in the defense, someone in the Defense Department coming out saying, it wasn't obliterated?
I love her accent.
That wasn't the question.
I just love her accent. On my GPS on the car,
I'm just glad to find somebody who has a lisp that's worse than mine.
I love her. I have an Irish accent, a female Irish accent. That's so anyway, back to what we were talking about.
The Defense Department leaker.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. There's always leaks somewhere. There's validity in some are invalid. I don't know. I do know that CNN, I'm pretty sure it was CNN or MSDNC was one of the first after the bombings to say it was not successful at all. It was like within an hour of it being reported. So I don't know.
Or do you think that it's all calculated and they wanted the leak to deflect from something else, let the media focus on how it wasn't a success, the strike wasn't a success. Meanwhile, they're getting deals done. The media is staying out of their way with all the deals and the he said, she said, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, one of the things, talking about deflection, one of the things I heard was this bombing happened because Trump was mad that people didn't like his parade like he wanted. Yeah, that was funny. I don't know. I don't know whether it is. I doubt it's. I seriously doubt that it's it's a plan to do that. I just doubt that. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to to have those just little leaks on purpose as a distraction, to keep the media entertained. Let them let them have their moment of conspiracy theories and everything else. My first thought on this is the fact that they talked about, they moved all the uranium or most of the uranium out of whatever sites they were. I guarantee if they did that, Israel would know, and Israel would have definitely taken care of it.
Israel's on top of everything going
on. Israel would have known they were moving it before they knew they were moving it. Like, that's how on top of it they are.
Hey,
So
I
I
had
seriously doubt that they actually moved the uranium. So that leads me to question the rest of
yeah.
all of it. Until the smoke clears and there's actual assessments. At this point, I think it's just people guessing.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And the CNN experts and the MSNBC, DNC experts,
CNN's
ABC
still around.
experts. I heard they were, um, but they're now they're these kind of experts. So I'm
Well,
sure they've already just said, "Oh, it was unsuccessful. They missed completely." Blah blah blah. I want
these
to
were
go
the
back
same.
for a
These were the
second
same
to
people who were tariff experts a couple weeks ago, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. I want to go back to the Trump swearing video
Okay.
briefly. I've got some breaking news. A federal judge has just ruled that President Trump must put a quarter in the swear jar.
Was it the Ninth Circuit?
I think it was.
Oh
Um,
man.
no, I don't put any faith. I have zero faith in those leaks that it was unsuccessful. I will say this: we will never know 100% unless we have boots on the ground at the spot
Hmm.
what happened. All we can do is assess from satellite photos, and then
Right.
whatever we can get close up.
Kind of do
But I mean,
3D
it's underground
imaging and all
too.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, I don't care if it got set back a couple months, like they say, or if it was totally obliterated. A couple months is better than they have it next week.
yeah.
So that gives more time. Number one, it gives more time to ensure that they don't get anything. Number two, it sets them back a couple of weeks and it lets them know that, oh crap, like we have a real president over there who isn't just, don't
We don't
do
have a
it,
dolphin in shoes in charge over here
don't do it.
anymore.
Dolphins are cute.
Don't just don't. What the?
um,
Didn't the cackling hen say that about the border? Don't come,
yeah,
don't come. And what did
yes,
Donald Trump say? I'm
gonna
going to
come.
come.
Um, he's immature. He's
I love
immature.
him. I love him for that.
But yeah, this a lot of stuff has been happening over the last couple days. Interesting talks here. I'm curious to see how things go at NATO over the next couple of days. I think they started today or yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, today, tomorrow, and probably into Thursday,
What is today?
um, Tuesday, Tuesday.
Every
It's been a
day.
long week already.
Has it?
It's been a long week. Yeah, yesterday I was like, oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. Friday's right over then, and then tomorrow came and it was Tuesday. Um, but yeah, we got a got a busy week. Um, things with NATO. See how that goes. May talk about that on Thursday. Um, Friday we have just to kind of give everybody an update of what's going on studio wise. Um, I asked Carol to join us on Facebook Live. She says no, she's cooking. I told her she was rude, and she says all that site posts is trans crap and sex.
What?
I don't,
Hey, give her a break. She's from the 1900s.
I don't know what she's talking about.
She doesn't
Anyways,
either.
speaking of crap and sex, Saturday I'll be at the Pride event. Um, Trying
That's
to get some
Saturday,
video.
right?
Saturday, yeah, Saturday afternoon into the evening. Try to get some video footage there. Try to talk to people if they'll chat with me. Um, I'm I went a couple days
Mhm.
ago to look at the to see if there was a plaque or anything for the cultural heritage district down there. I'll search again um, Saturday when I go and
I
try to
thought
get
it
a
was the
photo of
manhole
that.
cover.
That was a blowhole
Oh,
on.
no. That's somebody
Um,
else.
and Friday, I'm supposed to be going to the Beto O'Rourke town hall. So busy couple of days
Have you found
and
out why he's doing that?
try to be relevant again.
I guarantee he's gearing up for
I'm
another
sorry.
loss of an election.
Let me take off that again. Trying to be relevant. Um, yeah. So that's what we have coming up this week. Uh, so are you good for Thursday? A chat on Thursday, maybe to
Yeah,
discuss any upcoming events or anything that
yeah.
happens between now and
I don't.
then. And
Roz has been taking care of my schedule, and I have to check with her. But oh, it's clear. I can do Thursday.
okay. So we will be back Thursday. Gonna see if this Facebook Live thing worked out okay. I don't know if it did or didn't. We do have some interaction. Oh, good grief. So this McKnight guy comes on and says, "Do y'all agree that Arkansas is beautiful?" Um, all I know about Arkansas is they love being number two
Yeah,
in
yeah.
everything.
That's the only thing I know about it. He
They enjoy
spelled
being.
Arkansas wrong.
Yeah, he capitalized the A. It should have been Arkansas.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So also, just
Did they
want to
let him
shout
out of?
out.
Did they let him out of the home and to
Well,
do
I
this?
wanted I wanted to give a shout out to LSU and congratulate them on their national championship in baseball. They did a
Congratulations.
great job. They knocked an allegedly tough Arkansas team out. Although from the inning I saw, they couldn't catch. They couldn't catch.
Was
They
that the
couldn't
inning
catch.
at the end of the game where
And
they
then
had one out to go?
yeah, and they made a boneheaded play. Um,
It's
and we
like
got
dropping a
booed.
fly
But
ball.
well, that was a few years ago. This one, he did them one better. Didn't just drop it. He let it go off his head.
Every generation, Arkansas has to do something to come in number two.
Uh, they find new ways to do it. They're innovative in Arkansas. We can say that much. On that note, again, we'll be back on Thursday. And do you have any update on potential guests that we may have on?
Working on it.
So no
One of the
update.
what's that?
So no update.
No update. People keep saying,
Yeah.
okay, so what's been happening is people will comment on social media that I'm some kind of phobe or ist because I don't agree with them. Let's see,
Hmm.
today, very first comment out the door was I'm a whore, and they don't know that speculation, but and it was because I commented on it was something about the ice rounding people up.
Hmm.
And the very first, my comment was, "Hey, go ice." Very first comment back was, "You're a whore." Blah 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 blah, and it went on from there. Well, this is what happens: is I I try to start a logical discussion with these people, and they won't have it.
Hmm.
So I always ask them, "Well, hey, I got an idea. Why don't you come on our podcast and discuss your thoughts and views and share your opinions and facts? And, just come on the podcast. It's free. You can do it." Inevitably, crickets, nothing, no response. And then somebody else who actually said, "Hey, I want to be on the podcast," they disappeared. So if you've got
Um,
a reason to come on our podcast, a legit want to come on and discuss, have something you want to talk with us about or share, absolutely let us know. Let us know, and we'll do it. We'll see what we can. Again, if your
um, and-
opinion is different than ours, we won't have you on though.
we absolutely will. And it didn't even have to be political. We talk
Yeah,
politics a lot
anything.
on here, just because it's a hot topic always, and every day is kind of a different thing, and it's to us, I guess, it's enjoyable. Um, but yeah, in any topics you all have, feel free. If anybody thinks it would be a good opportunity to, I've asked a couple of folks within the Pride leadership to come on and quote unquote mend fences, be able to talk about both sides, why they think the way they do, and why we think the way we do. And, I never hear anything back from them. Um, if, if you, thankfully I put it up on all my screens so I can see the, um, I'm guessing, is Ken Jones your friend?
Yeah, he's my.
He says if we can't hear Angela, we may mostly peacefully protest if they can't hear you. We'll have to work on that. Again, this is our first time. This is our first time doing this, so.
And just FYI, I'm not in charge right now of the volume button. Somebody else is.
You're the one that gave Roz the day off.
Only because she put in for it about 9 months ago, said she wanted to have a baby, whatever.
So we'll try to figure it out and see if we can get both sides working. That way, y'all can not have to listen to only my voice and kind of figure out what the other side.
Use it.
Figure out what the other side was saying.
Say bloviating.
As much as I love to bloviate and hear myself. Yes. So we may have we may have somebody volunteering. He says he's tech support, so we may be calling 988. Is it option 3 to see if we can get some support here? So I'm going to call 988 and press option 3.
Option 3. Okay, awesome.
and press option 3 here in a bit and tell them that I'm someone who needs some support. Hopefully I get someone on the line who is like me so they can understand where I'm coming from and be able to
have enough of you already?
Help me. So 988 option 3 is coming up soon. On that note, again, we'll get this all figured out. I think it's a lot more fun. He says the number you have dialed has been disconnected. But yeah, we'll figure this out. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Our podcast usually lasts about 30 minutes or so, and unless it's a good topic, we'll go a little further. But this has been a lot of fun.
I just want to read the comments.
I know. I can't wait till afterwards and read all the comments that are on there. Thank you all again. We'll probably be on Thursday around the same time, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday, 6 o'clock Central Time. If you have
that would be 4 o'clock Pacific Time.
Yes. And I want whatever she had this afternoon because she's on one. But make sure to join us again Thursday at 6 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time, and we will hopefully have a good show lined up. Again, Friday and Saturday we'll go into more detail on Thursday, but we'll have some live on the scene type stuff. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be fun. You want to wrap it up?
Yep. Okay. Everybody, be good humans.
I actually had somebody ask me, what does Angela say at the end of y'all's podcast all the time?
Really?
I said, yeah. They heard be good, but they didn't hear the humans part. Oh. They didn't know what word you were saying at the end. So
good humans.
Be good humans, everybody. And if you're not good, then we can't help you. Have a good one.
Your hosts today have been and still are Hector Barrera and Angela Tapia. Today's episode of Right Side Pride was produced by your hosts. We greatly miss the ever unflappable producer Roz. Thank you for tuning in to our first Facebook Live podcast. We really appreciate and enjoy the viewer interaction. We will see you next time on Right Side Pride.